great day on the Airbus. All right, so we got a chime.
My aircraft.
So the first step is fly. Pilot flying, maintain aircraft control.
Good control.
So you're looking at the FMA and making sure all your automated stuff is still working the way you want it to. Is the airplane doing what you want?
Doing what I want.
Good. So remember CAMI, confirm, activate, monitor, and intervene. You're monitoring and intervening if necessary.
Yeah.
Me as the pilot monitoring, I'm going to go into the identify portion.
Okay.
So we got an electric problem. I'm identifying the problem. I also want to verify we got an electrics page and we have a fault light. So I know this is for real. I'm going to cancel the caution and then I'm going to identify the procedure. So we know it's not a memory item. Right? Our nose didn't pitch down.
Confirm.
I'm going to look, see if it's a quick action item. So I'm looking for the underline electric. It's not on there, so I know it's not a quick action item. Now I'm going to look for an ECAM exception. Looking for underline electric, I don't have it, so it's not an ECAM exception. That means it's an ECAM action. So as the captain, I'm going to assign the pilot flying. This is going to start the execute portion. So you're going to continue to fly. I'm going to do the procedure. So it's your aircraft, your radios.
My radios.
You say ECAM action.
ECAM action.
All right. So ECAM action, I'm going to do the blue steps. We have an electric Gen 1 fault. Generator 1 off, then on. Generator 1 off, give it a few seconds, and then on. If unsuccessful, it appears it's unsuccessful. Generator 1 off. Off. So I'm complete with my blue steps on the upper ECAM. Now I'm going to brief the bottom pages. All right, so anything that's not normal is what you're going to brief. All right, on our electrics page, we've had a generator problem, so we've turned the number 1 generator off. Number 2 generator is controlling the entire system, so we're down to 1 generator. AC buses are still powered, DC buses are essentials, so everything's still up and running. We're just down to 1.
280.
Roger, 280. So we're down to 1 generator, but the electrical system's operating normally. The galley is shed, so it's shedding non-essential electrics. So they're probably going to call us in the back. But all the important stuff's running.
Where's the interphone?
Clear electric.
Okay. Clear electric.
There you go. So you're verifying. I'm going to clear.
Okay.
Now it goes to the status page. At this point, I have the option to get into my QRH yellow pages now, or I can brief the status page. There's not a lot on here, so I'm just going to go ahead and brief it now. We are Cat 3 single only. Our in-op systems are Cat 3 dual, main galley, and generator 1. Clear status.
Clear status.
So I clear it. When I go to my cruise page, I know I'm done with the execute portion. Now I'm going to do the manage portion, right? So I'm going to recall this. Electric Gen 1 fault. I'm going to get my QRH out to do my yellow pages. So I'm looking for my follow-ups, alphabetical order. Electric Gen 1 fault is page 49. So I'm going to find 49. And this is part of managing. So electric Gen 1 fault after accomplishing ECAM, APU if available, start. So I notionally start the APU so we can get that second generator up and running. If only 1 AC generator, engine, or APU remains, proceed to the nearest suitable airport. Electric Gen 1 or 2 fault checklist complete. And if required, see ETOPS. We're not ETOPS. We're not down to 1 generator, so we're checklist complete. And consider non-routine landing considerations at the end of the OD section. So that's an important one to remember. That's blue page 19. So, non-routine landing considerations, if time permits, right? So if we don't have the time to do this, we're just going to disregard. This is a guide, it's not a checklist. So we go through here and we reference what's relevant to our flight. And on the back side, there's your potential threats. Talks about en route, approach, landing, aircraft, passenger and crew, and miscellaneous. So this stuff is for your briefing is, hey, let's talk about what's relevant for our failure. So that's all part of managing. You also have ECAM non-normal supplemental manual. It's on your MyMobile app. That one, again, if time permits, say you're doing a transcontinental flight, you got a ton of time, you can go reference that. It gives you some good information, but it's information only, so it's not that big of a deal. and then electrical Gen 1 fault ECAM complete. We're going to continue to fly, identify, execute, and manage. So we're evaluating the whole time to make sure that we got it. If you hit recall, you do not have to clear or confirm to clear. So the only time you have to confirm to clear is when you're actually doing the steps. But because I hit recall, I can just clear that out and get back to my normal page, and we do what we got to do. So fly. My aircraft, I'm looking here, right? It's doing what I want it to do. Identify, cancel the caution. I say, hey, I've got a fault. I've got the relevant page. I look for fault lights overhead. I got those, so I know it's a problem. That's identify the problem. Identify the procedure. It's not a memory. It's not a quick action. It's not an ECAM exception. Therefore, we know it's an ECAM action. Do the blue steps. So captain signs the pilot flying. The new pilot flying says my aircraft, my radios, ECAM action.
ECAM action.
So the pilot monitoring does the blue steps. Once you're finished with the blue steps, you brief the bottom pages, whatever comes up. So I briefed the electrical, and then you confirm before clearing. So I say clear electrics, and you say clear electrics. After that, I cleared, it goes to status. I can go to my QRH or brief the status page. So I brief that, I clear that. It goes to the cruise page, so I know I'm done with that portion. Now I'm into the manage portion, where I get my QRH, look for follow-ups. I do the follow-ups if needed, and then part of evaluating and planning, if time permits, I do my OD blue page 19, which are non-routine landing considerations, and then if I have time, ECAM non-normal supplementals. So that's your fixed methodology. So if you just kind of, and that poster's there when you do your, it's in every classroom, it's there when you do your final things. So if you sit here and you look at that and you're like, okay, I need to fly my aircraft. You're like, okay, next is identify the problem. You can do that. So that's there. If you go through it mentally of each step and you do those steps, the fixed methodology is easy, even for the hard ones. It's the same every single time. Fly, identify it, do it top page first, then bottom, brief your bottom, do your follow-ups. Good to go.